Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Elevate Your Mindset. My name is Paul Croto. I'm so excited to be here with you today. My partner, Cheryl Morley, unfortunately cannot be with us today, but we will have a great class nonetheless. And I'm super excited about today's topic. It's something near and dear to my heart. It's the title for today's podcast here is A Proven Path Guarantees Success. So I'm not sure if everyone knows my background, but not only do Cheryl and I own the Institute of Holistic Health, but I also own a Greek restaurant franchise. And what we see in the business world out there is that 90% of all franchises succeed. So if you want to get involved in business, become an entrepreneur and do something, you decide to buy a McDonald's. So to fail at McDonald's is almost impossible. I mean, they got the perfect location they recommend to you. They teach you exactly what to do. And you even go to this special hamburger university to learn not sort of what to do, but exactly what to do. I mean, you don't change anything. They have it all figured out. It's down to a science. So that's why franchise people pay big money to get into a franchise. I actually charge $35,000 just to talk to me, just to get the franchise rights and learn my system. So it's a big upfront fee that we charge to learn the franchise or be part of the franchise and learn the system, but it's worth it because in the long run, only 5% of the people who don't own a franchise but own some kind of business succeed. So 90% of the people who own a franchise succeed with it, but only 5%, even less. I mean, I'm being kind of kind actually with the 5%. Yeah, I saw a comment here about The Founder, my favorite movie of all time. Awesome movie. If you haven't seen that movie yet, make sure you watch The Founder. Very, very good movie. But 5% of people who own businesses, but they're not a franchise, like they're just trying to figure it out themselves, it's only 5% of those succeed. So how could that be? Why is there such a big discrepancy between those two numbers? Well, the number one reason why people don't succeed is because they don't have a proven path to follow, or they're not following that proven path. So with the Institute of Holistic Health, we teach, that there's 3 different kind of levels that you work up to. So every business has like different levels of growth. So in the beginning, you're a coach, so you're building your health coaching business and you're attracting your tribe, you're doing all your daily actions, you're making a list up, you're meeting new people, you're getting new clients. So 100% of your time goes into that. Then as you move on and you decide, well, I want to make this more like a franchise where I don't want to be the only coach. I want to bring coaches in and they can be on my team. So basically it's almost like having franchises, where each coach could be looked at as a franchise. It's an income source to the captain. So you become a CEO, a captain with the Institute of Holistic Health. And now we recommend spending 20% of your time teaching mastery and developing duplication within your team and showing your coaches how to be great coaches. So you're spending more of your time doing that. We highly recommend everyone still spend time bringing in new clients and coaches themselves. So to be a leader, we usually reserve that title for someone who's brought in 10 health coaches, for instance. So that's just kind of a standard in the industry that we go by. And then to be a top leader, what that's going to entail is taking 20% of your time now and really leading the whole tribe. So now your health coaching business is huge. And you're spending time coaching and mentoring your captains. So it's not just coaches on your team anymore. There's actually captains and CEOs on your team. 20% of your time would be spent, another 20% would be spent on building your tribe like you did before, on converting your clients into coaches and bringing new coaches in. And then the 60% should still be spent on the stuff you did in the beginning, which is bringing in new clients and new coaches. So, your time, the time you spend on things as you grow changes. In the beginning, it's just you. So of course you're going to spend 100% of your time on building, but as the time changes, you'll spend less time on that. That being said, though, we still recommend spending at least 60% of your time. So the majority of your time still doing the recruiting. If you look at a professional football team, baseball team, whatever team out there, every season there's the draft. You get some players out of the draft. You got new people coming in. So it's really important that new people are always coming in, and you're making your team as strong as possible by bringing in new great people. So it's said, it's out there that it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill. So if you want to be great at building a business, it takes time. It takes practice. So many people get involved in business and they got a proven system, but they don't give it some time to materialize in their life. So now if you're working full-time, 40 hours a week for 50 weeks, that would be 2,000 hours per year. That's what the average person works, is 2,000 hours a year. And so with that math, it would take 5 years for you to become a master, to really be considered a great business owner, a great entrepreneur. So it takes some time, and if you're building your business part-time, maybe you're only working 20 hours a week. So it would literally take you 10 years, which sounds like a long time to become a master. But so many times people ask Cheryl and me, like, hey, how'd you guys get so good? Well, we were so bad for a long time. It's how we got so good. So every single business out there goes through that initial, 5-10 years of learning the ropes, and even though you have the proven system, you have to execute that system. So it still requires some skill involved there. But let's talk about those skills and what the path really is for the health coach program. Now, if you're, we have a lot of people listen to this program, so you might be in some other different business. Again, I'm also in the restaurant industry. So but all this applies. So in every single business, there's 3 steps. There's 3 main things you have to focus on. And then, like for the restaurant industry, I'm focused on bringing in new people that have never been in the restaurant before, people who've been in the restaurant before, but so the first category is people who've never been in the restaurant. Second category is people who've been in the restaurant and try to get them to come back. It's another way to make more money. And the third way is to try to increase the average order amount. So we'll train the waitresses to ask, hey, would you like fries with that, or some dessert or something that would add to the bill, so we can get the average bill to go up. So that's the only 3 ways to raise income, raise sales in business. With the health coaching program, a little bit different. So the 3 steps we have here with the 3-step path to success, the proven path to success, our franchise, if you will, is enroll, coach, lead. So super simple. I mean, it's 3 things: enroll, coach, lead. So what do you got to do? You got to enroll people. Now, of course, there's some micro steps to that, and making a list and sharing something with them and following up and enrolling them. So there's some things that go into enroll, but it's just enrolling people. So you want to bring people in. Now, once you bring them in, there's step 2, which is coach. So everyone in the Institute of Holistic Health is a certified holistic health coach. So they've been trained how to coach someone, raise their health score, become healthy, achieve their health goals. So that's what we do. We coach people. Now, what we do is such a great job at coaching people and making them healthy, transforming them from having all these health problems to being what we consider optimal health, having optimal health, feeling amazing, looking amazing, being free of all sickness and disease. So when we get them to that level, we encourage our clients to become coaches themselves. And in many, many cases, that's what happens. They've done so well with the program. They've made such great progress, and they're so grateful for their huge transformation in their health that they were like, especially now with the way the world is, being able to be in the health and wellness industry right now, it's the #1 industry in the world. And to help people with their immune system and to lose weight and those kind of things, it's obviously foremost in people's minds. So we could build an enormous business being a health coach. So a lot of people that are great clients decide to become coaches. And from there, the third step you need to move into is leadership. So not only are you coaching them how to raise their health score, but now you're leading them to helping them build their business. So you've been building your business right along. So you understand how this works. So now when you have this new coach come in, or this, new captain, you want to now lead them to success. So it's enroll, coach, lead, 3 simple steps. If you just do those 3 things, you will have massive success. Just focusing on so many people, not just in the Institute of Holistic Health, but in all businesses, make things out to be more complicating. Or what they do, this is a real favorite of mine, is they decide to do something else. Oh, well, instead of just selling hamburgers at McDonald's, we're going to sell chicken too. We're going to sell pizza there. Nope, that is not going to work. That is not the system. So, and it's great in the Founder, they actually show at times where people were owning McDonald's franchise and they were making up their own menus and making up, their own ways of doing things. And the founders came back in and said, wait a second, we made this a scientific system for a reason, so you wouldn't fail. Stick to the system. So once they got everyone on the same page and everyone was sticking to the system, the whole thing took off like a rocket ship. So what you want to do is really track your time. So when you're running a business, you got to be accountable to yourself. With the health coaching program, we do also have mentors and captains to battle buddy that you can work with hand in hand to build your business. But when you're meeting with them, there's certain numbers that you need to have handy. And really, it's holding yourself accountable. It's your business. So how much time are you spending on each one of these 3 things? Now, in the beginning, you're by yourself. So you're going to spend all your time, 100% enrolling. But as you get more clients coming in, you're not just spending all your time enrolling, you're also spending some of your time coaching, because now you have clients that you need to coach. You're a professional coach and that's what you do. But you don't stop enrolling. Okay. So let's not just, I enrolled, 10 clients, so now I'm going to just stop enrolling and just coach. It doesn't work that way. You got to keep enrolling, but you're not going at 100% pace like you were before when you first started, because now you have clients. So now you're coaching. And then once your clients start getting great results and you ask them, hey, do you have any interest in learning about how to be a certified holistic health coach like I am? And they're like, yeah, I would love to do that. I mean, you made such a difference in my life. I would like to make a difference in other people's lives too. So you're like, great. Well, if I send you a link to a 2-minute video, would you watch it? Person always says yes. So we sent them a link to hccjoin.com. So maybe we can put that link in the chat. It's hccjoin.com. So hccjoin.com, super simple link. They go to there. There's a 2-minute video that plays, and it kind of just takes people's temperature. Is this really for you? We're only looking for people that this is a fit. You watch the 2-minute video and you don't want anything to do with this, totally fine. But all we ask people to do is watch the 2-minute video, see what you think. And maybe this is for you, maybe it's not. But a lot of people see it and they're like, their brain starts, thinking about it and they're like, wow, that would be cool to be a certified holistic health coach. So they become a coach, and you'll have coaches on your team. And now you need to spend a portion of your time leading those coaches. Okay. So you're calling your coaches, you're meeting with them, you're seeing how things are going, what's going good, what's not going so good, recommend a couple changes, so we're always tweaking things along the way so that they become more and more successful. Now you also spend time enrolling, bringing in new clients. You're spending time coaching your clients that you're trying to get their health score up, but now you're also spending a portion of your time leading and working with your coaches. So your time is divided in 3 different ways. So that's obviously where I am in my business. So I have to really watch my time. What percentage am I applying to this? What percentage of my time am I coaching? What percentage of time do I spend leading? And I always want to keep enrolling in the forefront of my mind so that that never goes by the wayside, because that's really where businesses start to die, is where you stop bringing in new people. So same thing with the restaurant industry. I'm always looking to place new ads and get things out there so that people who never came into my restaurant before come in now. Somehow I got to get them in. I got to always focus on bringing new people in. Now, I also spend a lot of time, as I said, on how do I get people who've been here to come back more. You know, and you'll see a lot in the industry, and we have it with our business, kind of like rewards programs. You know, so if you come in to a restaurant or to I think they do it at like UPS and other places where you kind of get a card stamped, or you know, you get spend a certain amount of money, you get a certain amount of points. You know, different supermarkets do that. All kinds of businesses doing that. Starbucks does that. Chick-fil-A does that. You know, they have a kind of a rewards program where depending on how much you spend, you get so many points. So that's a way of getting people who have been coming to you to come back to you. You know, so I want to get more points. So that's a great trick for that, and a very popular one. And also, again, as I mentioned before, increasing average order amount. So how much is the average person spending in your business is one number to figure out. That's really, really important. And then asking yourself, well, how can I make that number go up a little bit? So it's always about recommending some additional products. And that's the best way to make sales volume go up, is by promoting new products to satisfied clients. You know, those are the most open-minded people. You know, you got them a relationship. They already know all the things that we recommend worked. So if those things work, well, something else you recommend will probably work too. So they're very open to adding to their order and ordering more. But it's really important to start tracking your time. What are you spending time on? You know, so if I'm going to work 20 hours this week, what percentage did I spend on enroll? What percentage did I spend on coaching my clients? What percentage of my time did I spend leading, which means I'm talking to the coaches and captains on my team. And then, of course, we also recommend keeping track of your actions. So not just keeping track of your time, but your actions. You know, so how many new people are you adding to your list? How many people are you actually sharing the Dead Doctors Don't Lie recording with, or the health evaluation, or both? How many people are you following up with? How many people you're enrolling? How many people are you coaching and helping them raise their health score? How many people are you converting or showing the coaching program to see if they're interested? And how many people who actually join the coaching program not only graduate from the coaching program, but go on to build successful businesses? So all those numbers we want to track to see what, and the only reason we're tracking these numbers is because we want to be able to see where our celebrations are and where our challenges are at. You know, I help do this with a lot of people. And we mentioned the other day that one of the big challenges we saw in 2021 was we have all these great clients getting amazing health scores, but the amount of them that are becoming health coaches. You know, so we put some things in place. We made that new 2-minute video is one thing we put in place that's made a huge difference. But we're coming out with some new things that I can't tell you about right now, but it's going to make this even easier to transition people from satisfied clients to coaches. So we want to always increase that percentage of satisfied customers or clients who become coaches. So that was one sticking point. But in everybody's business, everyone has a different sticking point. Maybe you're getting out a lot of health evaluations, but people aren't meeting you for the follow-up, or they're meeting you for the follow-up, but they're not enrolling. Like I did 100 health evaluations and I only got 13 people to join, or something like that, whatever the numbers are. Then there's a problem. There's something happening at that one level there, and of enroll. And that's where you and your captain can work together, and they can give you hints and tricks on how to increase that percentage. You know, so as you get better and better, I talked earlier about the 10,000 hours to master a skill. Why do I talk to 10 people and enroll all 10? Well, because I not just did this, you know, for 10,000 hours. I did it for 50,000 hours. You know, over the past 25 years, I've spent a lot of time at this. So I got really good at talking with people, working with them. So my percentage of health evaluations to people who actually enroll is real close to 100%. I'm not saying it's at 100%, but it's in the upper 90s for sure. So if you're not at that level yet, don't worry about it. You're new. That's why I mentioned the whole 10,000 hours thing to master a skill. You know, getting people from not being in to being in is a skill. to influence them that this is the right thing to do, to come on board and let me be your health coach. And every single person, successful person on this planet, all football players, basketball players, football players, they all have coaches. So more and more and more, we're seeing that whatever profession you're in, actually now, everyone's getting a coach. You need a coach to see things that you can't see and help you with things you don't even know about. So that's super important to get a coach these days, and then to have a coach working with you as you're building your business, because as you're new, you've never done this before. So to have someone experienced helping you every step of the way is priceless. So we have a great program that we put together. If you haven't looked at the 2-minute video yet or haven't heard about it yet, get back to the person that invited you to this. And let's say, listen, I heard that podcast. I really want to learn more about that coaching program. If you're not in a business or you're looking for another business, another income stream to acquire, this could be a great, it's extremely low startup cost. And let me tell you, it's way better, like 10 times better than the restaurant industry and the franchises I offer, the Greek franchises I offer to people. Now, if you're interested in a Greek franchise, call me. I'm warning you ahead of time. It's $1.2 million to get involved overall, to get the franchise fee and the building and all the supplies and everything you need to get going. So the upfront cost is enormous, and it's an enormous undertaking. And people that have watched the world over the past couple of years here understand that brick and mortar businesses are really suffering right now, but online businesses have skyrocketed. So this coaching business is strictly online. So it's been absolutely phenomenal. And so many people are becoming massively successful by getting involved in this. So, but if you're not involved in some sort of business, I don't care what it is, you're, in my opinion, wrong. You have to get involved in business. We're going to be releasing a tax course very soon. We just finished recording it and putting it together. It's one of my, passions in life is to help people reduce their tax liability. And so there's really 2 tax systems in the United States, at least. One for people who don't own a business and one for people who do own a business. And everyone who doesn't own a business complains about the people who do own a business, that they get all these tax breaks. Well, anyone can do that. It isn't like these people are some privileged people that only they can get it. You can become an entrepreneur too and take these same tax benefits and reduce your tax liability by tens of thousands of dollars. I mean, the minimum we save people from just becoming a health coach is $5,000 every single year in their taxes. And that's just a number we're safe to put out there without getting sued by somebody. The actual number is far higher than that. So we're super excited. And the biggest expense in your whole life is going to be taxes. So I don't know if you're like me, but I'm not super excited about the way the government spends my money. I don't think they do a super great job at budgeting or, looking for the best deal out there. I think there's a lot of fringe money going out there. Just my opinion. So I don't want to donate a lot of my money to the government to blow on whatever the heck they want to blow it on today. So you got to look out for yourself. But the best thing you can do in the world is open up a business. So what the IRS is going to do is they're going to look at you and say, is this person making an effort to make a profit? You don't even need to make a profit. You just need to prove that you're making an effort to make a profit, and you can take all these tax deductions that are available to you on the Schedule C. So we'll go through all that with you in a future podcast. We'll release this course, and we love everyone to take it because it's truly life-changing, and it's changed my life, Cheryl's life, and thousands and tens of thousands of other people's lives by taking advantage of this. So another great advantage of being involved in owning your own business. But as we mentioned last week in our podcast, there's 2 mindsets. There's that entrepreneur mindset, the owner mindset. And we see that big time in the restaurant franchise. I've cooks that work for me, dishwashers, waitresses. They just have a completely different mentality towards my business than I do. It's my business. So I'm really worried about it, and I'm there and I'm making sure everything's going good and working 80 hours a week. And, and they don't have the same passion that I do. And that's just the way it works, you know? So there's the employee mindset, and whatever job you have, if you have a job right now, you have a certain mentality to that. And then there's the owner of that business who has a completely different mentality to that business. So there's really two sides of a fence. And I want, and what our goal was last week, if you didn't listen to that podcast, it's available. We'll get you a link to that. Is to really examine yourself. And even people who get involved in business may not make that transaction in their mindset that I need to have an owner's mentality now, and that this is mine. It's my responsibility to make this work. Where, you know, a lot of people who are employees that make the transition over being an entrepreneur, they do that, you know, physically, and they do open the business, but mentally, they never really made that transition from being an employee to being an owner. And that transition, that switch is super, super important, because you won't be successful without it. So I'm not saying it's for everybody. Being an entrepreneur is not for everybody, but man, there's so many great benefits to it. And especially when you can create leverage in your life, have multiple streams of income, you can start living the life you really want, having multiple streams of income coming in. And again, all those tax breaks. And plus, it's just a lot of fun. So I can't think of, I've been doing this now for 25 years, owning my own businesses. I can't even imagine going back on the other side of the fence and being an employee again. It's just not who I am anymore. So once you get over on the other side and see how, oh, there's a Siri helping me out with my class here today. You know, once you make the transition and get on this side, it's scary at first because it's different, it's new, but the rewards, I'm telling you, it's just unbelievable, unbelievable. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thank you for coming today. Hopefully you got some value out of this class, with that a proven path guarantees success. So stick on the path. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Wizard of Oz. And in my mind, I'm always thinking all day long, stay on the yellow brick road, stay on the yellow brick road, stay on the yellow brick road. So just staying on the path, because where you get in trouble is when you start making lefts and rights. It's just stay on the yellow brick road and you'll be massively successful. So hopefully, again, you got some value out of this. And we are actually on our way to Orlando to do a New Year's retreat. Well, we're flying out on Thursday. We'll be there Friday and Saturday. So there will not be an Elevate Your Leadership class on this Thursday. We will be back next week to do Elevate Your Mindset and Elevate Your Leadership next week. So look forward to seeing you then. Have a great week, everybody. Talk to you soon.